Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick makeup look today with the Tartiest Pro Amazonian Clay palette that I got in my boxy this month. It's hot and I'm sweaty and, as you see, sunburned, so I'm only going to do a BB cream. I'm not going to do a full face. But I also got this new L'Oreal Infallible cream blush that I want to try out. So let's just be that, the highlighter off of this Wander Beauty product, and the BB cream. But the eyes we will definitely do. And I just realized I didn't grab my brushes. It usually helps to have the brushes if you're going to do your makeup. Alright. Don't remember if I cleaned these off last time I used them or not. I might have to clean them as I go. Do I need something other than that one? Maybe this one. Maybe not. Trying to figure out where to set them down. There we go. It was cleaned. All right, good deal. Glad I cleaned it. I really wasn't sure if I'd cleaned that out or not. So let's see. I'm gonna start out with. Oh, I don't have a brain. Maybe concealer for my primer on my eyes. I don't feel like getting out the concealer brush, so I'm just going to do this manually with my finger. I always have a wet wipe down here anyways, so it's not like I don't have a way of cleaning it off. Just kind of maybe a little underneath the eye. Kind of blend it out a little so it's not harsh. Alright. There we go. That works. Like I said, I always have a makeup wipe down here because half the time I end up getting messy or I need to clean out my brush real quick. Alright, back to what I started with. I'm going to start out with this color here called Bold. I'm just kind of put it like up here underneath the edge of the brow, a little base. Before I get anything darker going on, because I really don't want to have to keep cleaning this brush, so I'm going to try to go lightest to darkest. It's a nice color. Sorry, there was a lot of fallout. I'm going to go into Edgy here, which is the next darkest. Can I do that out here on that? Oh, that's darker than I thought it was. Alright, well, that's how dark that corner's gonna be, I guess. I'll kind of buff it out into this and it probably won't be too bad. Definitely darker than I expected or intended, but that's okay. As you can see, I've got on like a kind of dark olive, dark green shirt on. My skirt is like tans and browns, so this is, I mean, the colors are right to go with it, but just darker than I meant to go. And I definitely got more on one side than the other. Oh well. Bring that up to the crease here. Maybe I should swatch the next color on the back of my hand before sticking it on my face. See, that's actually not too bad now that I get it kind of worked in there. Let's work that crease a little better on this side. I guess I will kind of end up with a semi-dark look. I don't know, it's just not blending the same on this side, is it? Why does that always happen? One side always grabs color differently. Definitely gonna need to make sure I keep myself, my pale self, in the shade when we go over to Kevin's mom's in a little bit here. We normally would have family dinner every Sunday, but of course with COVID that had to kind of get put on hold for a little bit. We've gotten back into it. This will be the second one, but only as long as the weather is nice and we can be outside. Because if we can be out in the yard, we can distance better. If we all had to fit into the house, it would not be a safe amount of distance from each other. So as long as it's good weather outside, we will have them. I want to see how this green, it's kind of a peacocky green. I wonder how that would look. Ooh, that's really pretty. You know, I think I'm just going to stick that on my lid with my finger. I don't think I'm going to use the brush for that. But I do think that will be really pretty right here. Definitely a darker look than I had intended on going with, but now that I've already gone dark on the outside corner, I might as well go for it with this too. I do not think I'm going to do anything on the under eye though, unless I go for a lighter color. I really like that though, that's really pretty. No, don't wash my fingers off again. I'm just going to try to buff that out a little bit over here, just to make sure it blended well along the edge of it. And above. I do really like that combo. That is a really pretty combo. But right here, I definitely didn't blend as well as the other side. Why is my right eye giving me problems today? Usually it's the left side that doesn't want to cooperate. Not today. Maybe I'll pick up a little bit of it with the brush too to help with that blending over here. That's such a pretty green. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I do need to clean up a little. Right here looks really dark for some reason on both sides. Let's see, maybe. Okay, so much for the not having to clean my brush in the middle. Maybe I do need to. Because I want to grab one of the lighter colors. Not trying to look down at the table on you guys. I'm just trying to make sure I get this clean. I'm always dry it off on the back of my hand because I want to make sure I got the color out. Alright, I'm going to grab... Ooh, how dark are these? Let's see. Ooh. Now I'm not even sure I need the brush. Oh, let's see this color too. There's two other shimmeries. No, that one's darker. Let's go for the brighter one. Look at that color, isn't that pretty? I'm just gonna put that right here on the other corner. That does help lighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's see if that brush is clean. I think the smudgy brush was actually clean. I'm gonna go back to that bold color right here, the one that's not super dark, and just kind of put that underneath the eye a little bit. Why do we all make that stupid face when we're trying to do anything under your eye or with mascara? It's like we just can't help it. Kind of buff that out right there a little bit. Maybe I will grab this. I'm going to go into Classic up here and just kind of try to buff out the edges of this a little bit. Ooh, that was probably more than I meant to, but that's okay. Kind of try to soften it up a little bit so it's not so harsh, especially since I have a light colored outfit on today. Just kind of try to lighten it up a little. Oh, I think that helped a lot, actually. Just put that little bit lighter on top. All right. So there's that. Just put it back over here, get it out of the way. Need to do something about these invisible brows. Because that is the only problem with being blonde. Is your brows are damn near invisible. And they're good shape. Mine are, at least. But you can't see them. So I always have to fill them in a little bit if I want people to be able to see them. Especially if I've been out in the sun a lot. Because as a natural blonde, it gets lighter if it gets sun. It's pretty much its natural color right now. But it's also slightly damp. Because as soon as I took a shower this morning, I immediately put it into a ponytail because I knew I'd be warm, and the longer it stays wet, the more chances of not overheating. I mean, not to say I don't think I'll get too warm today, mind you, but it's less likely if my hair is wet. I just realized I forgot to brush this eyebrow first, but that's okay. I just brush it before and after anyways. Just to make sure it's not too thick and cakey. There we go. That's that. Get back up here. Oh, come on, get in there. This is the Luna liner from Seraphine Botanicals. Just do it. My mirror's not over far enough. There we go. Just do a little line here. Keep looking at the clock because I have to make sure I don't take too long doing this, because we don't want to be late to Kevin's mom's. I'm actually taking her the pile of broken dishes from my wonderful clumsy moment the other day. I asked her yesterday when we took the truck back over if she ever does mosaics, and she said she'd always wanted to kind of try it out, but hadn't yet. And I said, well, I've got about 2 dozen plates worth of broken porcelain. That would work pretty well if you want it. So we're taking that over to her. Oh, I don't like how that wing went. Well, we go to dinner. Another good reason to keep. It's another good reason to have a makeup wipe, so that you can fix little mistakes. This is why I don't put on my face makeup before my eyes, because inevitably I'll fuck something up and I'll need to fix it. I just didn't like the way that side was pointing up. There we go. That's a better. And they're just little baby wings, not going anything crazy today. And I got this. Ulta is currently doing a 5 for $25 for Tarte stuff. But they're like little stuff. So like I got this really cute makeup brush cleaning pad. If I can find it. Oh, it's zipped in here. Isn't that cute? And it has the suction cups on the bottom of it to put into your thing. And I got like a little, what was it? Face wash and something else. And I also got Lights Camera lashes, which I haven't tried yet. So I haven't even opened the plastic yet on this. But I like it when I do, you know, like little sales on minis, because it's a good way to test things out without paying the price for a full size and then finding out you hate it. And you can't really pass it off once you've used it. So I like the little minis. That's the one thing I actually liked about having the Ipsy regular bag versus having the Ipsy Plus, because you got littler sizes. And there's good and bad with that, because then if you really love it, you wish you had gotten a full size. But it's nice to get minis, because then at least you know what to spend your money on. And getting 5 for $5 is pretty good. They had a few different things. You should check out Ulta if you've been wanting to try some of their things out, see what's out there. They have a couple. They have a mini Sugar Rush lippy. I got this one in, I think it was Ipsy, and it's a full size, but they have a mini of a similar shade in their 5 for $25. It's not bad. Nothing necessarily huge and phenomenal, but it's a nice mascara. I mean, it gives good. I just have invisible eyelashes, so the difference between this eye and that eye is pretty obvious, because this one you can see the blonde, kind of see the blonde hairs in contrast to the black eyeliner, which looks weird to me always. Yeah, there we go. It's a nice little mascara. I like it. All right. I've been fighting this kind of stuff for months. I really don't know what made me suddenly start breaking out all the time. Because, you know, I really need to have breakouts worse than I did as a teenager, as an adult. I very rarely had breakouts as a kid, as a teenager. I know that's not fair to those of you that suffer with it or did suffer with it. But I really didn't. I didn't have major breakouts. I would get like 1 or 2 at that time of the month. And they'd be gross because I'm a picker. But they were never like this cheek has been. And then there was one over here today too. And I had one up here at one point, but I think it kind of went away. I forgot I needed to kind of smudge that back out after having to deal with it. Okay. And that was just L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. It's my go-to concealer. I actually really like it. It makes a good eyeshadow base. It makes a good concealer. It stays on. I'm pale as all hell, so it's either alabaster. I think this one's alabaster. Nope, this one's porcelain. Porcelain or alabaster. Sometimes I can go down to ivory if I've gotten a lot of sun and not burned, but it's less likely. And then this is the Pūrlisse Perfect Glow BB Cream. What color is it? Light medium. And I got this in my Boxy, I think. Yeah, Boxy Luxe. And I really like it. It's a good color for my pale ass. That works pretty well, even during my summer, somewhat colored. And it's funny because a lot of people would say there is no way I have a tan on my arms until they see that there is a line there next to that darker skin on my arms. So it may not be tan to you, but it is tan for me because I'm pale. My face is a little red right now because we were out in the garden centers yesterday, out in the sun, and out in the yard yesterday. So my face is a little red, just like my back and shoulders. Neck and shoulders, I should say. I guess I should be glad I didn't have on a low-backed shirt yesterday, but it is a pretty decent amount of crazy going on back there. Didn't get quite enough, so I grab a little more here. And I'm not going to use any kind of setting powder on this because it's just a BB cream. I'm just going to, for starters, I do get kind of dry skin if I'm not careful. So I suppose I could use a translucent setting powder, but I'm probably going to sweat it all off anyways, especially since I just realized I did not grab any kind of primer for my face. It does seem to be a good breeze going though, so maybe I'll be fine. Alright, so there's that. I need to find a cream contour because that is not something I own yet, but I'll work on that for the days where I just want to BB cream and go, basically. But let's see how this works. I'm a little afraid. I've never used it before, so I'm afraid of ending up with too much on there. I like totally missed the end of my nose or what? Alright. It's a nice color. What was the color? Oh, 46 Cheeky Dimension. I don't know if that's the name of the color or what, but whatever. I'm just gonna put a little bit, because like I said, I'm afraid of it being too much. Because it's not something I've really done. Ooh, that might be too much. I'm not a big cream, blush, cream, highlighter kind of person usually. But if I'm having a day like this where I don't really want to put on anything more than a tinted BB cream or tinted sunscreen, whatever, and call it good, It's a good option. Maybe I could do a little more on this side. I can always put on more, right? I mean, technically, I guess you can always wash it off too. I just don't want to have to. You know, I think that's a great color. It's really hard with the red ring around my neck because I feel like, oh, that's really, really crazy, but that's my sunburn talking. It's bad. All right. And then this is the Wander Catch the Light Glowtion and highlighter combo. The Glowtion is damn near empty, but there's still a good amount of the highlighter. And so I just put a little there and a little there. Hold down the nose. Where you expect things to glow. Or I just use my fingers when I use this because it's a cream. I know technically I probably could grab a brush, like my foundation brush or something. I actually want to go back to the Tartiest again really quick and grab that kind of shimmery and put it back in the corner now that I've done other things and kind of wiped it off a little. Rub off my finger onto my nose. Yeah, sure, why not? Well, I like that color. All right. I keep having these little baby hairs fly over and hit me in the face, and I don't like it. Maybe I do want powder now that I just did all that. But I have a translucent powder not too far away all the time. Don't know where. Oh, they're there. I'm like, where did I set my brushes down? Who knows? Jesus. I don't want to go too crazy, just a light. I already feel like I'm sweating my face off. And I haven't even left the room. And I have a fan above my head. I still feel like I'm sweating my face off. There we go. Not too bad. Not great. Might have muted out that a little bit, but oh, did I get more blush on this side? Whatever. It is what it is at this point. I'm not fixing it again. All right, this is Bodyography lip liner in Pouty. Hate it when I do that. I accidentally went below my lip on only one side, so then I had to fix it. Sometimes I do slightly overdraw my lower lip, so I'm not too bummed about it. And then we're going in with Sugar Rush by Tarte, the sugar coat, and the color Cupcake. I couldn't remember the color for a second. Couldn't find it on the thing. It's a nice neutral. And this is such a silky smooth lip gloss, or lip color. Well, there we go. A little darker than I had originally planned, but I think it goes well enough with the green shirt that now has powder on it. And I was trying to see if I can get my skirt up here far enough, but there's the skirt material. It's a wrap skirt, so it actually is. It's not too bad. I think it goes. Anyways, that's all for today. Talk to you guys later.